Update. Hey everyone, this is a bit awkward for me, and I have a question for you. Have you ever had trouble adjusting after a big change, like just some big life event, something that like just totally rots your world? And I would like to welcome you back to the podcast. This podcast has been called a couple of things throughout its lifetime. It's been called Marketing Siege Radio. It's been called Reawaken Your Competitive Spirit. But uh, we're revamping, and I'm coming back to you with this is Copywriting Siege, and I have a great story on why copywriting, why writing itself. And like I said, I know it's been a while since I've talked to you, and I've honestly been a little bit ashamed of it because once again, whenever life became hectic, I disappeared. Like I went into my shell. I've been in there for a long time, and I know it's a pattern that I've repeated over and over again. And once you identify the pattern, it's up to you to remedy it, and that's exactly what I've been doing. It's been a lot of soul searching. It's been a lot of digging deep, and honestly, you would figure doing like one of these shows that takes about 10-15 minutes a couple of times a week wouldn't be that big of a deal, or at least hey, like writing an email, and sending it out. But I digress. Here's the first one back, and this one's always the hardest, so we're going to go ahead and get this out of the way. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I forget that I have limits. I give myself an extremely hard time right up until the point where I realize and admit to myself that I can't do everything. But you have to remember to consistently do what you do well. And it's been chaos. I mean, life delivered a big old punch right to my face. I got rocked. And this has honestly been very painful to admit, and a large part of my absence on social media. But no better way than just to break it to you. I moved back into the house I grew up in as a child with my parents and my wife of almost 9 years. 9 years, just a few days ago, as a matter of fact. And it was a hard pill to swallow. My pride took a big, big hit. I had gone all in on myself. I had promised my wife that we'd make it after leaving behind as a career as a school teacher. I got off the safe path. I got off the path of a guaranteed paycheck. I bet on myself. I went all in. And this has caused quite a bit of conflict with my family. Thankfully, my wife's always been very supportive, and we've been helping each other out. But more on that in a minute. Life was good as a part-time fitness kickboxing instructor, Brazilian and jiu-jitsu and MMA junkie, dabbling, streaming Rainbow Six Siege, and helping people with their nutrition and weight loss, at least in terms of enjoyment, but not so much with financial success. And long story short, I refused to play it safe, and I got slapped. And that's just the way it is. And you know what? That's good. I knew what I signed up for. It's kind of like getting into a cage fight. It's like you know what you're signing up for. You know what the risks are. And I've taken responsibility for my results in life, and it is no one else's fault but mine. And there have been a lot of challenges to overcome, but it's more so than challenges. It's been amazing opportunities that have presented themselves, and I've been enjoying it quite a lot. As much as my ego took a hit, it's been an amazing opportunity to spend time and enjoy life with my parents. And I realize that I'm very fortunate to have parents that love me. My wife loves me, my fur babies, and I wish the same thing for you. But I realize that life's not always sunshine and rainbows in regards to relationships and families and resources and everything else. And it hasn't been a walk in the park here either. There's been a lot of adjusting, but I've been taking a behind the scenes role writing for my wife's business, Endo Muse, which has kind of turned into editing here recently because she's really grown into her own, and she's picking up steam every single day. She's starting to make sales automatically from her sales funnel that I wrote the sales letters for. and helped her out with headlines and topics and helped her form her home study course. And she's in the middle of organizing her book and changing the lives of women with endometriosis. She's been a part of a virtual summit that I helped write for as well, from a separate company with a few more of my friends. And I've been fortunate enough to pick up some other writing projects with the help of some friends. Steve Bartetsko, for sure, shout out to him. And it's been another amazing opportunity to implement what I've been studying and learning from, mostly Copywriting Secrets by Jim Edwards. That book right there has changed everything, and I've learned that being able to put the right words on paper and online and saying the right words is really the single most profitable skill that anyone can learn. And it allows me the freedom to write for stuff that interests me, whether it's health and fitness and wellness, mixed martial arts, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, writing for affiliate offers for friends, maybe a hunting project coming up with my dad, gaming and life and whatever else comes along. That's the thing that gives me peace of mind, knowing that I have the skills and knowledge to implement, and I'm gaining the wisdom needed to succeed along the way every single day. And it's funny going back to that guaranteed paycheck. I think of all the long hours that I used to work as a band director and a science teacher, and trust me, that is one of the hard ways to make a little bit of money, instead of the easy ways to make a lot of money like writing is. And I remember working long hours, and it didn't matter how much harder you worked. The best you got was a pat on the back, if that, and there was no incentive to do more and be more. I pretty much took care of my band kids and made sure we were top notch, but other than that, as a result, I was barely squeaking by, and that caused some problems that I'll get into later. But with all that being said, in about 10 hours of total effort, I made more money than I did in an entire month as a band director and school teacher since I've moved in to the new place. So things are on the up, and it's going good. And I realized that all you can do is get back on the horse and learn your lessons instead of spending your time viewing yourself as a failure, which I did for a very long time. And it's also given me the opportunity to overwrite and change the meaning of a traumatic event. But more on that later. The rebuilding process has begun, and we're just getting started. And I found myself having a great time with this new normal. I hope you are doing the same. And so one last time, I would like to welcome you to Copywriting Siege. I'm not sure if I'm going to call it the Copywriting Siege Show or Copywriting Siege Radio or something else. But by the way, I am cooking up something really special. Keep a lookout for all the things that I'm revamping. And it's all about helping you find the right angle to approach your dream customers and meet them with the message they need to take action with you. So, with that being said, I'm out of here. A little bit later on, I'm gonna be streaming live on Twitch, and that's Copywriting Siege in action. You can go to twitch.tv/unicorn werewolf. Yes, there's a story behind that too. Maybe I'll tell that one soon. But anyway, I'll be streaming Rainbow Six Siege and brainstorming out loud, and you'll see and hear the best stuff that I'll probably say during that. And there's all sorts of other fun, exciting things. So I'll see you guys next time.